Welcome to Teacher's World, where we celebrate the heroes of education. Join us on Teacher's World, only on the Achievement Channel.
Hello and welcome to Teacher's World, the show dedicated to equipping educators with the tools to thrive and the motivation to lead. I'm your host David Obianyo and you're watching the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first and only 100% motivational TV station broadcasting from the School of Eloquence Studios in Ikoyi, Lagos. Now let's be honest for a second. In today's world, keeping a child's attention is harder than ever. We live in an era of 60-second reels, quick clips, and instant entertainment. But what if we stopped fighting screen time and started using it to build literacy? Our guest today is doing exactly that. Joining us on the show is Taofiko Abubakar, widely known to thousands of children and parents as Teacher T. She's a dedicated early years educator with over 8 years of classroom experience and 2 years in virtual teaching. Recognized as Teacher of the Year and Best in Innovative Teaching and Content Creation at Guided Path School. Teacher T is taking early childhood learning beyond 4 walls. Through her viral video across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, she combines phonics, interactive play, and moral values into bite-sized lessons that captivate young minds. Today, we are discussing the 60-second spark, building strong early childhood foundations.
Join us on Teacher's World, only on the Achievement Channel.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Teacher's World, and I'm in the studio with Taofiko. This is somebody that if you come across us in the studio, you think we've been friends and buddies for years. However, today is the first time we're seeing eye to eye, and that's the power of social media. Now, speaking of social media, you apply your thread on social media and have seen a lot of things that you've been doing. So I'm going to start with this. What inspired you to use 60-second social media videos to teach literacy instead of just the traditional classroom setup?
Okay, thank you so much for having me here. I've been working in the classroom now for over 8 years, 5 years after tertiary institution, 3 years as a secondary school graduate. So after my secondary school, I went to a school to work as an assistant teacher, and I was fascinated with the way toddlers, children between the ages 0 to 5 learn. But I wanted more. Even though I did study education in school, I studied geology. After university, the tertiary institution, I started thinking, what do I want to do? Then I realized that I love being with children. I think I can work with children. So I went into the education space. So when I start my class, each time I need to take a class, I always want to look for a video online that can help with the teaching, because I know that we are now in a world of technology, and children, they spend a lot of time on screen. So while spending a lot of time on screen, instead of just being there for entertainment, why don't we turn it into learning for them? So each time I go on YouTube to check for a video, probably I want to teach the letter sound R, and then I go on on YouTube to search for videos. Sometimes the videos are too much for that level for them to comprehend, and sometimes it's just too low for them to comprehend. So I thought about it, that why don't I start something for myself? So I started with using my classroom lessons. So each time I say, okay, today we are learning letter sound R. R is for apple, R is for ant, R for alligator. And I need to tell the parents, I need to post it on the group that this is what we've learned today. But I want the parents to know that, okay, this is the way I teach the children. So they don't expose them to, these days we have A for apple, and then I use letter sound to teach them. And then they get to and then the parent is like, A for apple, B for ball, and then the child is confused. So I didn't want that confusion in my classroom. So each time I have a class, and after the class I need to post the lesson on the group chat, I just go, I look for something on social media with my own voice. I look for a video, I look for pictures, I put them together, then I use my voice to amplify to video and let them know what the video is all about. So these days, parents and children, they spend a lot of time on social media. So rather than just for entertainment, we could turn the screen time into a learning. So a 60-second video could teach a child, this is A is for apple, A is for ant, A for alligator, A. Okay, let's clap it, let's say A is for apple, A is for, and then in 60 seconds, the child has learned what A is about. A is for apple, A is for ant. And
makes sense. It makes sense because, I mean, 60 seconds sometimes, some adverts are not even up to 60 seconds, and we get the message. We get them, exactly. So it just depends on how you structure.
Yes.
Now, speaking of structure, how do you structure a 60-second video like you've just talked about? How do you structure it to hold and captivate a toddler? Because I cannot go near toddlers. I don't even think I have the patience to teach toddlers. I've always been like grade 4, grade 5, not just in between. So how do you structure your videos to be able to hold their attention long enough to teach phonics?
Okay, because I have classroom experience. And each time I play a video for them, I realize that in the next 60 seconds, their attention is gone again. And I'm like, wow, what are you guys doing? So I thought that, okay, because they get boring.
They get quickly, bored.
Exactly. So anything you want to achieve, it has to be quick and smart. So instead of taking them through a long video, I just start with probably, okay, let's jump and say, let's sit and say, let's clap and say, So in that 60 seconds, you've already captured their attention and you already taught whatever you want to teach, rather than taking them through a long meaning and then their attention is shifted already. So I like to use 60 seconds quickly, even though sometimes my videos are quite longer than that. But the 60 seconds, I realize that they gain so much from it rather than a long video. Okay.
So if you were to, just off the top of your head, tell me what the structure, the visual representation of the structure looks like. You start introduction. Do you do examples next? Do you use it in a sentence next? How does the 60-second run?
Okay, so I start with singing.
Okay, with that letter, for that particular letter.
And so come after that, then I introduce the letter to them. Okay, today we are learning letter sound So you know that is for apple. What is the beginning sound for apple? What is the beginning sound for amazing? What is the beginning sound for alligator?
So you do examples.
Exactly. So what can you see here? What can you see? What picture is this? Alligator, right? Yeah. So
okay, as you're saying, the pictures are coming
alligator,
out. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm a visual learner. That's why I asked that question. Like, I want to picture what those 60 seconds entail, and it makes sense now. Now, it sounds like a lot of fun because these children, you just have to be playing with them.
Exactly.
So how do you balance fun, interactive play with the actual academic rigor in such a short content form? I mean, you've given me an idea now, but I'm trying to think of the process when you're making this. How do you balance and say, okay, this is serious, or it's just play?
Okay. In the early years, there's something we call play-based learning. Because children, their brain is just play. They just want to play and have fun. So you can't be doing it in the serious way and then they're like, what are you doing? So that's why the play-based method has to be incorporated in learning. So every play has a purpose. Every play has a goal. We are trying to achieve something. So if I say, children, stand up, let's clap our hands 10 times. We are learning to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. To them, they see it as play. But I, as the teacher, I know that I'm trying to teach something. When I say, okay, children, stand up, let's do walking, 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 hop, 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 hop. So when I say walking, they see it as, oh, we are playing, we are having fun. But I, as the teacher, I know I'm trying to teach them the word walking. This is what walking means. This is what hopping means. This is what jumping means.
Okay.
So I try to balance it. For me, as the teacher, I have a goal. For them, they see it as a play.
So what you're actually saying now, it portrays what I'm saying. everything you're doing is actually play.
Yes.
But some of them, you're just like, you don't know what this play is doing now. It's intentional. So everything is play, but purposeful. That's the key word. Fantastic. I've been thinking about this. First of all, you're my first Muslim guest.
Really?
So you're opening the ground for all of that. How can educators and parents blend faith-based characteristics and using this to build everyday learning in the classroom? How can they blend these things together?
Okay, in this world we are right now, we are not trying to build children who are just academically sound.
Okay.
We want to build children who are academically sound, morally upright, and me as a Muslim, we want to also raise children who has Islamic values. We don't just want to raise children who are smart academically, but children who are kind, who are loyal, who are respectful. That's the kind of children we want to raise.
It's needed in this generation.
Exactly. So in some of my videos, I try to incorporate Islamic values into it. So as Muslim, for us, when we are to start anything, we should say Bismillah. When we say Bismillah, that means we are inviting Allah into what we are doing. We are asking Allah to help us, to make it easy for us. So sometimes when I want to make my videos, if I say, okay, today we want to learn number 1, but what are we supposed to say before we do anything? We say Bismillah. What does Bismillah means? In the name of Allah. So I already did the Islamic values, and I've also added the Western education with it. So both goes hand in hand. And children, they have this big brains. They can learn.
Yes,
they
like
can
sponges.
learn a lot. Exactly. So we can say, okay, let's hold on to the moral values, or let's hold on to the Islamic values, and then teach them the Western education first before going. We can do both in hand. We can do this and do that. We can do it at the same time, incorporate them, and the learning goes on. And at the same time, we are raising children who are academically upright, morally sound.
Okay, on that sound note, we'll be going on a break, and I hope to see you when we return.
Join us on Teacher's World, only on the Achievement Channel.
Welcome back, and with me in the studio, I still have Taufika, Teacher T. So I'm assuming that Teacher T is kind of like a virtual pseudonym and everything. Okay, since you started teaching online, I mean, just off the top of my head, what would you say is the biggest challenge for teaching online?
The biggest challenge, the play, the hug. Okay, you did well. Come and give me a big hug.
Okay.
Okay, can we stand up? Let's move around the class. Okay, let's jump up, and then probably I'm like holding on to this child's hand, and I'm like doing the jumping together. So sometimes it's a bit challenging because I wish I could just have the child
interaction.
Then for early years, the distraction too, because at that age, you're still teaching them to sit down and focus, and then sometimes I have to tell the child, okay, can we calm down for now? And for me, I like to play a lot, and then sometimes the parent too, they'll be like, oh, it seems you guys are just playing. And then I'm like, just leave us alone. Because they see it as, you're not being serious in this class. And then they're not telling the child, sit, you need to sit.
So sometimes in the background, you'll be hearing them pending, you'll be like, but that is what I'm doing here.
I will tell them, just leave her. If she wants to let her stand, we're learning, just leave us alone. I know how to do my thing. I have to incorporate play in this learning if you know that you want your child to achieve something. Recently, because I started teaching a 5-year-old, and then we were doing blending, and then I'm like, okay, I, sa, t, a, ta. And then I'm like, okay, can you try to put p and a together? Try to blend it together. And then the parent was beside the child, and then the parent was like, if I catch you, and I'm like telling the parent that, please just leave him alone. Please. I could see the tension in the child's face. And I'm like, mommy, please just leave him. And I was, will your mommy beat you? And then the mother was like, if it is that one, I'm going to beat you. I'm like, please, he doesn't need it. Just encourage him. That's all he needs. So the parents are one of my challenges. And not being able to hold on to the child,
and to
not
interact.
being able to see the child physically. A lot of things.
I get you. So speaking of parents now, how can parents, if you want to advise so that it becomes easier, how can parents turn their kids' daily screen time into active, meaningful learning moments at home?
Okay. I think parents should not leave their child alone to just watch. I think it's just okay for parents to be there and watch with the child. When they watch with the child, they understand what the child is learning. So if the child needs to ask questions, or even the parent could just ask the child, okay, what did you just learn? What did you learn from this video? What letter did you learn? What new word did you learn? What are the things, you know? When the parents are there with the child, they understand that, okay, this is what my child is watching and this is what my child is going to achieve after the video. Okay. Not just leaving the child to just watch, and then after the whole video, the child doesn't have anybody to you know, sometimes when children watch something, they have a lot of questions
to talk about.
Ask, exactly. So I think when parents are there, it's easier for them. Even if the child is not asking the question, the parent should start prompt the question, exactly. So it builds their mind, it builds their curiosity. So the next time they are watching, they know that after this video, I need to tell my mom something. I'm not just watching it for fun.
Yeah. I noticed that you're a smiler. You just every question, even serious question, you're smiling. So I can imagine that when you're with the children
they
too.
Don't take me serious.
And I see why they don't take me serious until they need to be serious. Exactly. I used to be like that, so I would laugh and laugh, and just now my eye has changed. Will you write that thing? Okay, so I mean, this is a very strong question that we've been asking ourselves since 2020, and we've actually seen where we are 5-6 years from 2020. So in the next 5 years now, with how everything's going digitally, where do you see, or what do you see the role of the early years teacher transforming or evolving into in the next 5 years?
Well, we are in a world of technology, but technology would not replace the role of...
You still think so?
Teacher.
You still think so? Because that has been the argument. Oh, it can never, it can never.
It can never, because a child still needs someone to guide. Okay. A child still needs someone to help them. A child still needs a caring and a loving teacher. When it comes to play-based learning, because we have a lot of things when it comes to play-based learning. So a child has just finished watching a video on the internet. As the teacher, you are supposed to ask questions. Okay. Okay, what did we just learn? Okay. If there's no teacher, who is going to do that?
AI can do that. AI can ask questions.
Okay, you want the child to ask the AI the questions.
Yes, and it can answer them. Like even in humanoid form. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not counteracting you. Okay. I'm also curious because I hear that there's this school that already has an AI robot head of school.
Wow.
Imagine your head of school is AI. Wow. You have to come with your game when you're going inside there to argue anything. So, as at that time, every other person was human, but AI head of school. And you know how the Western world is. If they try that thing and it works, they might bring it down middle management, AI, because they will say the AI is efficient. Now, for me too, I don't think that we can be replaced, because the first thing you started, that human touch is still different from AI.
Yes,
and what I see AI doing is either it is under or over. Yes. It hasn't found the balance yet. But my fear is if it does, because it is learning very rapidly, if it does, Yanuma Shele. So I understand what you said. Do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I still don't think so. Because that human feeling, that human to tell you that, oh, you did well, come. Oh, this is this. Okay, go and bring this for me. Or when it comes to using doing some kind of sensory activities. Okay. Can AI do that?
I wouldn't know. For now.
Because for early years, they still need sensory activities. They still need hand-to-eye coordination. I don't know if AI can do that. Hand-to-eye coordination in the sense that, okay, a child is matching a red ball into a red bowl. A child is matching a red ball into a red bowl. That's hand-to-eye coordination. Okay. Sensory activities. Go and feel that. Go and feel that wood. Feel the steady. How does it feel? Is it soft? Is it hard? I don't know. Can AI do that?
I guess we'll have to find out.
So I still think that the role of a teacher
is indispensable. Teacher. Okay, so we are done with all the jam questions, and now it's just, easy. With the stuff you've been doing online, you've come across so many educators. Who are 3 educators online that you can tell us have inspired what you do, or people you aspire to be like, so other people can also know about them?
Okay. Number 1, Eniola Olajobi.
Okay.
Eniola Olajobi. She
virtual online teacher?
A lot.
Okay.
Well, she owns a school. Oh, okay. And she does a lot more for education, not just a school owner. I've watched her and I'm inspired. She's the director of camp. I forgot the name. Okay. But is it Summer Camp Nigeria? All right. Yeah, she runs Summer Camp Nigeria every summer holidays. Okay. So she inspires me a lot. Okay. I think she does the education running with her husband, who I think used to be a medical doctor, but joined into education. The education line. Right. Then Tope Adenuga. Yes. Okay. So each time it shares the stories of how we started with, I think he said a 30K salary, I don't remember. So it inspires me, and I'm hoping to be on top on that level. So each time I come across his video, I'm like, wow. Okay. So you don't just have to be a teacher that sits in the classroom and all that. There's a whole lot you can do in education. Because there was a time that I was like, well, is this just the peanut I'm going to be earning? I like big life. How am I supposed to do it? But at the same time, I love teaching children. At the same time, I didn't want to drop the teaching. So I was looking at what more can I do. So Tope Adenuga is one of the people that inspires me. Then there's this woman, how am I forgetting her name? She's a very popular person.
Online?
No. Joy Issa.
I know her.
Joy Issa, yes.
I know her.
Yes. I think she works
at the school of, is it Meadow Hall or?
Okay.
Does a particular
I think she
school?
works with early years, so she inspires me a lot.
Dark.
A lot. I've attended
conferences.
Exactly, where she spoke, and I'm hoping to be on that level. There too.
Okay, so for the final question today, if you had to nominate somebody to be on the show, who would it be?
Risco Sadiq Lasaki.
I don't think I heard what you said. Only the person you are nominating knows what you are saying now. So break it down for us. Okay,
Risco Sadiq Lasaki. She's the owner of Guided Path School.
How many names did you call? 3 names. Separate. Call 2. You to call 2 and make it easy.
Risco Lasaki.
Okay.
Risco Lasaki.
So Risco Lasaki, it's been a fantastic show here today. This is your first time and you killed it, just so you know.
Thank you.
Until next time on the show, I hope I see you guys on Teacher's World. What an insightful and inspiring conversation. Teacher T has clearly shown us that meeting children where they are using play, creativity, and modern media can ignite a passion for reading and learning long before they ever sit at the formal school desk. A huge thank you to Taufika for sharing her brilliance, practical tips, and energy with us today. Be sure to look up her content online to bring these fun learning tools into your home and classroom. To every parent, teacher, and school leader watching, remember, a nurturing home environment is the strongest foundation for academic success. Make your living room a launchpad for learning. Follow Achievement Channel on all platforms and use the hashtag #WeSeePossibilities to share how you support learning beyond the classroom. I'm David Obianyo, and this is Teachers World. Until next time, remember to keep watching Teachers World.
So please keep watching Achievement Channel to keep learning. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Fumi Akinyele. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Food Basket Foundation International. Shout out to Achievement Channel. You guys have been fantastic. You've been here. You've been engaged. You guys are amazing. Thank you.